What's up, guys? It's been so long since I've been in front of a camera. First of all, I'm so white, like holy cow. So I moved to New York. Some of you knew about it, maybe because you guys saw my Instagram. Some didn't know. But basically, I made a move to New York last month, and I don't know if you guys watched my video about me going to New York, and I really enjoyed New York. I guess there's many things that led up to it, but I guess I could talk about that today to get like more in depth of like reasons of why I moved to New York City. So on September, when I first visited New York, I fell in love with the city. I loved everything about it. It was just honestly an energy that I've been looking for my whole life. And as much as Hiddenpalmtree is important to me, car stuff is important to me. Like, I have other profession in my life that isn't exactly like a car stuff. And one of those things were more on like a personal level, where I felt restrained when I was in Hawaii to truly be who I am, being a content creator or being a car guy. There's like unspoken expectations around it, which I think that was one of those things of the reason why that I couldn't really get into car seeing. And I kind of like was on my own for a long time, and that's okay, right? Like, I think that's what it was all about. Like, Hiddenpalmtree really meant like, to be your own person, and really just be away from others and be original. So that was one of my intention of why I started it. And this past 3 years has nothing but amazing experience, and I am forever thankful for everyone who supports it. It got me through like my hardest time, or really it was just my dream since I was little. I wanted to do something with cars, and I wanted to start my own business, and I got to do it. And I'm so proud of it. And I have a team now, which I've never even thought that that's even possible. I have hardworking people by my side and always making stuff happen for this brand, and I could not be more appreciative of everything. And while I was in Hawaii, I feel like I reached the point in my career in Hawaii where, in order for me to progress any further, is that I have to get outside of Hawaii. I'm not saying that I'm good enough in Hawaii or anything like that. It's just that like I wanted Hidden Palm Tree to be like a worldwide thing. Like, the amount of love I have towards cars is something that I just cannot describe. Like, I don't like cars because of clout. If I could choose a different hobby, I probably would want that, because goddamn, cars are so expensive. It's not cheap. Like, especially you're trying to build a car of your dream, and that's just expensive in general. And people can't really understand us, because I feel like it is in a way that cars are like our alter ego. It represents us in a different way. Like, some people may make cars about their whole personality. Some may use it as like an alter ego, or a place that they feel most safe. And I think I totally resonate with all that, and I totally feel that in a little bit of every way. And and the beauty of the car scene itself is just beautiful, and I think I want to look at every single car scene in the world until there's none. And I think that's just not because it's what I want this brand to be towards it that way, but it's just what I want and what the direction I'm taking this brand. And that's why, like, I was, for the longest time, I wanted to move away from Hawaii, and I wanted to go to LA because, like, the car scene is big there. I have a lot of friends there, and I have supporters there that would, get me on my feet, and I could get to work at these like big publisher, like an automotive publisher, whatever. But as I guess, like, as time went by and I went to LA a lot, like, I kind of started to feel like maybe LA isn't enough for me. Like, maybe doing car stuff only isn't really everything that I wanted to do. And I kind of realized that on my last trip in July when I went to go see Bernard, and then we, drifted and stuff like that. And I had loads of fun. It was so fun, and I loved it. But at that point, that was like my seventh visit in LA, and honestly, honestly, I felt like I lived there because I go there so often. And then it was just not giving me everything that I wanted. I actually considered moving there. I looked at a job markets and stuff like that because, of course, I can't support myself just out of doing this. So, I would I would look at jobs and stuff like that. But I'm a business degree, and there's not much for business degree people in LA. And even if you do, like, you don't really progress that much. Like, so if I were to work in LA, then I wanted to get into like acting or being an entertainer, and maybe like really trying really hard on YouTube and be an influencer or whatever. But like it's not that, like, that wasn't even in my vision of where I wanted to go. I mean, of course, it's still to this very day, like, there's many things I want to try, but it's just that, like, it didn't really click with me, like, especially with like the whole influencer culture. I don't know if I like it that much. And like, I after that after the visit, I definitely was like looking for a different place to move other than LA. And I already knew that I don't like San Francisco. No offense to anybody who lives in the Bay. I love the Bay, but I wouldn't live there personally. But I wanted to visit New York and see how that felt like. So I did, and I loved it. And people are probably thinking, like, Asher, like, New York isn't like a car place at all, whatever. But if you think about it, like, Crispy Media, Halcyon Photo, like, they're both from New York, New Jersey based. And like, those two are the reason why I started doing what I'm doing. Like, I got into like filming cars, and like, they taught me the joy of filming cars. And then I always imagined East Coast to be like insane. And I know West Coast is insane, but I believe East Coast is as insane as West Coast. It's a different car community that I really wanted to gauge and see and look at. So that's one thing. Like, I wanted to move to New York because it's in a way that I want to follow the steps of those two, and like really aiming to be like one of the top creators of United States. And like, I don't think that New York is where you're gonna find it, but New York was definitely one of my choices. And if you're from Hawaii, like moving to New York is just like an insane idea. Like you literally know nothing about it. Those two places are super far away, you know? So you honestly don't know anything about New York. Like that's normal. Like unless like you have family there and you go there like every year. Like culture is so different. And I think that's also why that I really wanted to try and go and see how it felt in last September. And then when I went there, like I realized like people and their occupation are like much more realistic career. Like I'm not saying influencers or doing film and photography is not a sustainable career path, but I think that with me like working only on cars, like it's such a niche market. And in fact, I don't make enough money at all. I don't. And like I have a degree, and I could actually use my degree in New York because there's more job and opportunity for me to thrive. And I really didn't like the idea of like giving up, but it's not really giving up because I'm actually just wants to add more things in my plate, basically. Not just my, like not just doing this, but I wanted to add more on my plate. And one of those things was me progressing the ladder of business world and career. And I also wanted to go to grad school to pursue an MBA. Like Hiddenpalmtree to me is like, for you guys, it's like cars. Like owning a car, working on a car. Like it's the same thing for me. Like this business, this brand itself it almost feels like my baby. In a way, it's my getaway. It's in a way it makes me feel safe. Like after going to New York in September, and I come to like the realization that there's more that I can do in my life, and I really wanted to find out what that is for me. So in a way, like I'm having a character development right now, and I am kind of stepping a little bit aside from cars right now, as of right now. And I hope you guys understand. It's because I'm trying to like figure my shit out, and I don't want cars to be the only persona for me. I like want to do other stuff in life also. To answer some of you guys' question that you guys might had is like, what are you gonna do with your car? What are you gonna like? When are you gonna ship it out? I'm gonna ship it out eventually. I haven't really figured out that plan yet. Right now, I'm focusing on other stuff like getting to grad school, getting internship, professional experiences, working at a company, whatever. I'm gonna slowly get back into photos, and yeah, like I'm basically starting from ground zero here. But because I live in mainland, I could go to different mainland events really easy. So for upcoming events, I will be. I'm planning on attending WECFest Chicago. So that's in April. I'm planning on flying to Chicago to check out the car scene there. I'm very excited about that because I've never been to Chicago at all. They go kind of crazy out there. I'm really excited for that. Unfortunately, I wanted to go to the WECFest, or yeah, I think it's a WECFest of New Jersey, New York show. It's on the same day as Spokon. But I will be back in Hawaii for Spokon because I have my booth. So I'm coming back for that. But yeah, aside from that, like really right now I just want to focus on myself, and like I feel really good being here. Like I guess I didn't really get into that. Like I feel really good. I feel complete. And right now it's incomplete, but I just know that I feel more less clutter or claustrophobic, I would say. Like, I feel like there's more bigger possibility in me that I'm really excited, and don't know if I'm gonna continue to make content here, but I do love creating content. I love updating people. I love like YouTube, whatever. So maybe I'm thinking about creating a different account just for lifestyle videos, because like I came out here, right? Like I wanted to do car stuff, progress with my career, go to grad school, learn about fashion. So this sector I didn't really touch on it in this video yet. The reason why I want to learn about fashion is because my brand is still an apparel, and I haven't made any t-shirt in a minute, and I'm sorry because I just ordered way too much, and I was just trying to get rid of it all. But I actually want to get into apparel and designing and stuff like that, and I think New York is like a perfect place to learn about fashion. So here I am. I'm here for that too. And of course, I'm planning on getting into like NFT art. So I'm planning on coming out with Hiddenpalmtree NFT art for you guys to purchase and own. And it's gonna be a drawing or any vector graphics that I will create for you guys to purchase. And yeah, like it will be available on Shopify website, my website. And yeah, like so there's so many plans this year. I just haven't really got to talk about it, like really sit down and talk about it. I don't know if you guys like this kind of video where I just talk about stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to create a separate account doing lifestyle stuff. I don't even know if people are interested, but I just want to put something out and really just for the people who support me. I would love you guys to see me grow and progress in life. And yeah, I don't know. But all I gotta say is I'm doing great. It's cold, but I'm doing great, and I'm really excited for what 2022 has stored for me. Yeah. That's it.